walking through a corridor covered in gold, where light dances across 1,000 mirrors and candles shimmer like stars caught in crystal. This is Versailles, the most magnificent palace ever built in Europe, and the man who created it called himself the Sun King. His name was Louis XIV. In 1643, Louis XIV became king at just 4 years old. But his childhood was shadowed by rebellion and fear. Paris was burning. Nobles defied the crown. The boy king fled the capital, hiding from his own people. From that fear was born an idea. Power must shine from one single source, far away from the chaos of the crowd. Years later, he chose a swampy hunting ground, Versailles, to build not just a palace, but a symbol of divine order. A palace that would make the world orbit around him. Construction began in 1661. More than 30,000 workers, architects, and artists labored for decades. The swamp was drained, gardens sculpted to perfection, every line drawn to please the eye of the king. Versailles rose from the mud like a miracle of marble and gold. 700 rooms, 2,000 windows, 67 staircases, and gardens stretching beyond the horizon. Every ceiling told a story of gods and heroes, all of them reflecting one truth. Louis XIV was the sun, and France revolved around him. But the true power of Versailles wasn't in its beauty. It was in its rituals. Each morning, over 100 courtiers gathered to witness the king awaken, the lever du roi. One man handed him his robe, another his shoes. Each gesture, each bow was a step in the grand dance of power. At Versailles, nobles no longer ruled their lands. They fought for the honor of holding the king's candle. Under the chandeliers, jealousy hid behind smiles. Every word, every look, every waltz was a move in the Sun King's great game. But even the brightest light casts a shadow. To feed Versailles, France was drained dry. Taxes crushed the poor, while wine and laughter flowed in golden halls. When Louis XIV died in 1715, after 72 years on the throne, he left behind a nation magnificent, but broken. Decades later, anger would rise again. 1789, the Revolution. The people marched on Versailles. Queen Marie Antoinette met the guillotine. The palace of the Sun King fell silent. Mirrors cracked, gardens overgrew. The light had gone out. And yet, Versailles still stands. Through centuries of war and revolution, it remains a mirror of human ambition, our hunger for beauty, for glory, for immortality. The light of the Sun King still gleams on its gilded walls, reminding us that the same light that illuminates the world can also burn those who stand too close.